there anyone for my bag somewhere that we have like a new bag? Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was a black bag.
There wasn't.
It was.
It's a black bag on your table, hun.
No, not that one. It was IKEA one. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Check your bag first, babe. Check your bag first. Okay, so what we're up to is our armholes and bluff. When you flip over the page, there is a whole page breakdown, a breakdown of construction of your all-in-one armholes. So there's a whole page of it, but we are just going to do this version. Oopsie doopsie. So we literally put it out flat like this. We lay it out flat on the table, as flat as a pancake can be, with our neckline in the middle, our armholes on either end. We do one at a time. Okay, so one side, it doesn't matter which side you choose, makes no difference. One side, because we've got the right side up at the moment, one side we grab the facing and we flip it out flat like that. So we've grabbed it and we've flipped it out flat. So our main is out, our facing is out all the way through. So you can see your main armhole and your facing armhole. What we're going to do then is we're going to take the other side. We grab the other side, don't grab grab the other side, we sausage it and we put it in the middle. Okay, yeah, like a burrito. So out one side only out flat, grab the other side, squish it, sausage it up and put it right in the middle on your armhole. And then you are going to wrap this facing over, wrap it over to the main. The first, and you'll notice I'm doing the shoulder first, so that's the easiest place to wrap and pin first. So I've wrapped and pinned it matched edge to edge, and I'm also checking that these two seams are matching beautifully. So move it a little bit, jiggle it until the seam is perfectly on top of seam, cut edges are perfectly on top of cut edges. The only thing you need to, and then we're going to pin all the way around this armhole. As we wrap, we're going to pin the whole way through. The only thing that you need to be careful of as you're pinning, not to catch what's sausaged in the middle. That's the trickiest part. So yes, you can pin my underarm, pin my double notches together here. Make sure what's underneath, have a look, push it out of the way, that what's sausaged underneath. And then I'm pinning, because there's a seam there, so I'm going to pin that seam the direction that it needs to go, which is towards my centre front. Get rid of any overlocking. So grab another pin. Okay, so I've got my pins, underarm, notches, pinning that seam the way that it's going so it doesn't accidentally flip the other way, shoulder. Get rid of some of this cotton tape. Other side, underarm, because then you're going to do your 1 centimetre seam allowance the whole way around. Okay. Notches aren't matching too well. And at this stage, if you're seeing a single notch matching a double notch, what do you think you've done wrong? Something's very wrong if that's the case. And I can't say I've ever seen it, because you wouldn't have been going to do your neckline if it was, but who knows? Maybe these side front panels have been stitched on the wrong side accidentally. It would have been very tricky to do, mind you, but you know. So pinning it all the way around, okay, and then I'm going to do my 1 centimetre seam allowance, back tack all the way through. Please make sure you're not catching the underneath, so let's have a go at that. So as I'm going, I'm pushing and making sure that what's sausaged in the middle is nowhere near being caught. If it is, it's not a biggie anyway, because you just go back, you unpick that section and you have another go at it. It's not devastating news. Absolutely make sure your seams are going, the princess line seams are going the right way. As you go across these 2 open seams, make sure they're maintained as open. And if you do have, when you're going through something that's bulky like this shoulder seam, if you know that your machine tends to cut threads and separate threads or not work properly or break needles, just remove your pin. Now I can see that there's something going on there, so I'm just going to put my finger on the inside and push that sausage. Oh, there it is, right there. Push it right out of the way. You should be able to see it, you should be able to feel it. Make sure that seam's going the right way. Pull out all my pins. Trim up all my ends. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do now that we've stitched our 1 centimetre the whole way through, check that our seams are going the right way. Princess line going towards the... Oh, that's fine. Princess line seams going the right direction. Then we're going to go through and we're going to clip every 2 centimetres. Please make sure it is a small or accurate 2 centimetres and not a 3 centimetre, 4 centimetre. When you're going around sharp curves like this, tucks need to... clips need to be relatively close together. Okay, so we've clipped all the way around and now we're just going to pull it through the other way. Okay, so now we're going to grab what we've got sausaged and we just pull it and it comes through. If our shoulder straps, this method's great, if your shoulder straps are 5 centimetres or 4 centimetres wide minimum. If you've got really tiny skinny shoulder straps, sorry that way there, really tiny skinny ones, say 3 centimetres, depending on what's happening or how much bulk you've got in your dress, you'll find it hard to pull through. So this is a great method when you've got wide shoulder straps or anything that's 4 or 5 centimetres minimum. Great method to use. But any skinnier strap, it'll be trickier, we'd use a different method. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, because this is all completely enclosed, I won't be, like my neckline wasn't, I won't be able to bluff all the way through. So I'm literally going to now go from my underarm and bluff up as far as I can, and my underarm and bluff up as far as I can. So, can take it to the iron first and press if I want to, or I can just do the method which is the pull apart method. As I'm feeling, I'm making sure my seam is going towards my facing. Pulling it apart. Oh, something's caught underneath.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not sewing. I know, it's just lost its thread. Yep, so, and you literally, I'm just going to keep pretending, you literally will keep going and you'll see, I should be at, right up to this princess line here, I should be able to, and can you see with all the bulk under here, I'll get to a certain place, I can't go any further, and usually it's around where my princess line seam is on the back, and on the front it's probably about the same on the front, just after your princess line seam, and then you back tack and pull it out, and you go up the other way, okay? So sausage method, how did I start? Can anyone remember?
Lay it flat.
Absolutely, lay it out flat, right side up. That's how I started, lay it out flat, right side up, and then what did I do next?
Pull the facing out.
Pull the facing out underneath on one side only, like that. Then what did I do next? Grab the other side, sausage it in the middle, grab it and squash, sausage it in the middle, and then I wrap this around, making sure, and pin all your armhole, make sure you're not catching what's sausage in the middle. Clip, pull it through, clip first, you can't clip second, clip first, pull it through, then bluff, then do your other side. Okay, go for it.
Lovely. That's genius. Yeah, I've done it before where I haven't